So if you watched my last vlog, you saw that I was wearing the same sweatshirt, and that's because it is the same day. But it has been just a really tough day for me mentally and emotionally. One of those days where I'm having a lot of self-doubt, a lot of intrusive negative thoughts creeping in. Just everything I've done today, I've questioned, is this what I should be spending my time on? Should I be doing something else? Just nothing has felt right today. And I know that this will pass. I struggle with, anxious, depressive, obsessive, all those different kind of thoughts and moments often. It's nothing new, but just, acknowledging that and knowing that it'll pass and giving yourself the grace and the space to work through it is sometimes all you really need. And I also wanted to remind all of you that no matter how happy and excited and joyful someone might seem in posts or when you talk to them, they could be struggling behind the scenes. And so just always check in on your people, be there for them. Ladies and gentlemen, I am headed to my first Buffalo hardcore show tonight. I got a couple friends that play in a couple hardcore bands, namely Spaced and Fatal Visions. So I'm gonna go catch them at Casa di Francesca's this evening. First hardcore show. And Buffalo hardcore scene's been doing really cool stuff recently. I do my best to keep up with it on social media, so I'm excited to experience it for myself and also slightly nervous and scared and terrified. Alright, so just got out of my first Buffalo hardcore show, and when I said I was scared and terrified beforehand, I was being sarcastic. It's such a supportive community, and I knew that, and it was sick, man. I'll tell you what, it was one of the more expensive shows, 15 bucks to get in, but of all like the local shows I've gone to recently, it was the money most well spent. So if you can get to a Buffalo hardcore show, get to one. Fucking sick. So today my janky setup and I are working on another cover for Just for Fun Fridays, and I'm trying to get as far ahead on recording the instrumentals for these as possible so that week to week I just have to focus on adding vocals, shooting the video, and then putting it out. So I believe this is the 5th instrumental that I'm getting prepared, and the original recording of this song has a cool snare effect that theoretically shouldn't be too hard to replicate, but because of the way I record drums, which is using MIDI, meaning that, in your typical scenario, you would have a real drum set, mic'd up, and you're recording audio files from each of those mics, and then you mix them down, everything like that. Whereas I use MIDI, so I have an electronic drum set that I hook up to my laptop, and when I play it and I hit, each pad, it triggers a sample or a sound in the recording software that then collectively, forms a drum track. So because of that difference, replicating this sound is proving to be a lot tougher. But that's a big part of the reason why I'm doing these weekly covers, because in trying to replicate sounds with the equipment that I have, I end up learning new techniques and new strategies to get new desired results. So a tough one, but should be a beneficial one. Got it, baby. Heading out to my sister's to hopefully see the Bills win a division championship. Go Bills, baby.
The game, it's the worst, well, second worst part of the game I've seen.
Couldn't bring myself to take a video last night, but just reliving the sadness. Out here trying to get better at my instrument as well, and this is just the beginning, just cracking open the surface of all the stuff I hope to dive into and learn. So today I start recording my debut release as Akloh with my buddy RJ DeMarco. We're going to be doing it virtually, remotely, because he's out in California, and I'll be going out there at some point to do vocals and drums as well. But we're going to start with guitars and bass completely remotely, which is going to be an interesting process. I'm excited to see how it goes. But right now I'm on my way to my buddy Brett's place. And Brett is in a band with RJ called Fernway, and I've said it once, I've said it a million times, if you don't listen to Fernway, you need to be listening to Fernway. But I'm on my way to Brett to grab a guitar from him. Fernway uses what are called Evertune bridges on all of their guitars, and I heard about them for the first time through them, and they're essentially these really interesting bridge mechanisms on guitars that you can have put on guitars, I should say, that essentially lock it into a tuning. When I say lock it in, I mean lock it in. So when it comes to recording and everything, it becomes a whole lot easier to get solid takes because you're not constantly worried about, am I still in tune? Do I got to retune? Stuff like that. So Brett is being kind enough to lend me his Evertune equipped guitar for my guitar recording sessions with RJ. So I'm on my way to grab that from him. RJ and I kick off around 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I'm just super stoked. Yeah, buddy. There it is. Shout out, Brett. Can't thank you enough, dude, for making this happen. And there, for all you guitar nerds, is that Evertune bridge I was talking about. Super cool looking. Super excited to work with it on the record. Who's that? Who's that beautiful guy?
Hey.
RJ DeMarco in the building, baby. What are we doing, RJ?
Jordan, we are defying the odds of physics and natural laws, and we're doing a recording session, and we're very far away from each other.
How far?
About 2,800 miles.
Some would say New York to California. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, you can't walk it. I've been walking. I tried to get walking directions earlier, and you can't walk.
Can't walk it, but
Yeah,
you
they won't give you
can.
directions.
But you can Pro Tools it though.
You can.
Day one with the homie done. 9 hours later. How we feeling, RJ?
We're feeling so good. I can't believe how incredible Audio Movers is. I can't believe how incredible Remote Desktop is from Google Chrome.
Shout out Audio Movers. Shout out Google. Shout out Apple. Shout out.
Technology is insane.
Oh man, what a friggin' day. I was productive. I got a good amount done. But man, just one of those days where like it feels like my head is just spinning, and a lot of times it happens after I get like fixated on something. And I did like mention this before, so I'm not like diagnosed with any like mental, issues or anything like that, but I have a number of tendencies, including obsessive tendencies. So a lot of times, especially with music, it's super easy for me to get like hyper fixated on something, way more fixated than I need to be or should be. And then not only am I doing things that don't necessarily need to be done, but I'm spending a lot more time on it than I need to. It's like a blessing and a curse, because obviously really, really honing in on something can be beneficial. But when there's a lot to be done and you're trying to keep a schedule, it can be detrimental. So today was just one of those days where I kind of fell into that rabbit hole of getting very fixated on something, spending more time on it than I should have, and then I'm scrambling to pick up the pieces of all the other things I wanted to do. Then that turns into rushing, and that creates just this headspace that's all over the place. So I am headed to the gym right now to hopefully work out, you know, some of this anxious, all over the place energy. I even brought I'm going to lift, but I brought my running shoes, or shoes that I can run in, because I have a feeling I'm going to get to the end and still need to like move more. So just one of those days. So I'll see y'all on the other side. Oh, it is early, 6:10 a.m. on Thursday, the 25th, out here at Orange Theory Southtowns to get in my workout before a busy day. I got some stuff to do myself, and then RJ and I have a long recording session this afternoon and into the evening, so not going to be a whole lot of time to get the gym in otherwise, so gotta get in where you fit in, baby. But yeah, busy day ahead.
Like the gear, all my LED, like I would rather set the mood and like wear thicker pants. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's just me in here. You know what I mean? Like especially during these winter months, like our utility bill.
All right. So another long afternoon and evening of recording yesterday. Put in about another 8 hours. Another early morning this morning. Hit my Orange Theory workout at 6:15. Hit up OTF Lancaster today. Gonna try to get some stuff done this morning and early afternoon, because another recording session this afternoon into the evening, and hoping to maybe catch a live show in the area tonight as well. Just depends on what time we wrap up. So busy. I just need y'all to see the monstrosity that is this 3-sock guitar right now, courtesy of this man right here. Y'all, so a little Saturday morning update. This past week I had 3 remote recording sessions with my man RJ out in California, and they went amazing. Him and I were just talking about it nonstop, but it's just absolutely incredible to have this technology that allows us to track instruments from such a massive distance without any detriment to the final product. I mean, the real only downside is that, you know, we're not in a studio together, like physically next to each other, you know, getting those kind of in-person hangs. But man, some really awesome productive sessions. And last night's session was really cool in particular because I finally got to see some of RJ's producing genius in action, and much more of that to come. But man, am I just excited for him and I to get these songs sounding as good and as massive as they possibly can. So amazing things coming in that sense. Other than that, this morning I had my first ever therapy session, solo therapy session. I did it virtually, but with all the change going on in my life, and you've heard me talking about, you know, having some bad days, and everybody has bad days, but just when I'm in a time in my life where I'm spending a lot of time alone right now, and really feeling kind of that big contrast between the massive community involvement that I've been in with the job I was at, and now kind of going to this very solo, alone, isolated sort of chapter. It's definitely important that I make a move on ensuring that I'm keeping my mental health on point. So my first therapy session this morning went really well, and I'm going to be checking out a couple different therapists over the course of the next week or two, and then hopefully finding one that I want to stick with consistently, and just keep myself feeling good as I enter into and get farther into this new chapter. But other than that, I have a quick little photo session with my girl Caitlin Frank. She is being kind enough to come out to Buffalo and do a quick little cloudy day sesh with me today. So we've been trying to for a couple weeks now, and we finally have a pretty darn decent, and actually I would say, knowing the kind of style of photos we're looking to get, a pretty good day for it. So it's just going to be a quick little session there, have some pics to work with, and then hopefully get into a show this evening. There's a couple that I'm looking at. Which one I end up at is the question. So a lot of good stuff, making progress, booking gigs, creating connections, getting work on the album, taking photos, going to therapy. We're doing all the things, man. So more to come, more to come. Y'all, I think that I am officially an influencer now that I have a ring light. It was a must. It was a must. Even honestly more so for the phone holder, but the light's gonna come in handy for sure. But upping my my influencer game with this one. All right, so I've definitely been slacking a little bit on the videos over the course of the past couple of days, but you know what? I'm giving myself grace, and I'm not really worried about it anyway, because I don't want doing this vlog to like change how I go about my everyday life. I don't want my first thought in any given moment to start to be, oh my gosh, I got to get my camera out. So I'm just going to do my best with these videos, and if I remember to capture things, great, and if not, I'll just do my best to kind of recap and explain. So it's Tuesday right now. On Saturday, what did I do on Saturday? I got back to the Golf Dome for the first time in a while to practice my swing that I worked so hard on over the course of this past summer. And that's funny because thinking ahead to this summer when I'll be able to play golf again, it's like, will I have the money to play golf again? But got to the Golf Dome on Saturday, then went to a show at Mr. Goodbar where I am playing this Friday. Caught a couple bands there. And then on Sunday, kind of a slower day, like getting some maintenance, housekeeping stuff out of the way, and went over to my parents' house to, number one, hang out, but also watch some of the AFC and NFC championship games with my dad. So that was really about it. Yesterday to kick off the week, nothing too crazy. And today was going to have a recording session with RJ, but we're having to reschedule most likely later in this week. Trying to get in 2 shorter sessions this week to keep the ball rolling, but a lot going on, so just doing our best to fit it in. So that should bring us about up to speed. Look at this. We got a sunny morning in Buffalo, New York for the first time in who knows how long, but just got out of my appointment at an ENT, an ears, nose, and throat doctor, just after dealing with the vocal loss from this past bout of sickness that I had, and then just, you know, over the years of being a musician and being a fitness coach and having, you know, multiple issues throughout that time, just wanted to get things checked out so that as I move forward into this new chapter of my life, you know, I'm not leaving any residual issues that can then cause more problems down the road. And ultimately nothing but good news. They scoped out my vocal cords and everything looks beautiful. So possibly some other things that I'm going to work into my routine and regimen just to make sure I'm keeping everything in my throat and vocal area as open and accessible as possible. But the good news is no issues with my vocal cords themselves. Great start to the day. All right, y'all, so I really haven't filmed anything since I think Wednesday, and it's now Saturday, and that is because on Wednesday I got an offer for kind of like a last-minute gig that is today, and it's an hour and a half, and it's all covers, and I really didn't have anything prepared for it, so ended up having to put together and practice, you know, 30 to 40 song, hour and a half set over the course of the past couple days. And then I also had a show last night in addition to putting out, you know, more content and other covers, stuff like that. So just been crazy busy and just haven't really been thinking about making videos, but wanted to drop in with a quick little update. So yesterday's show was incredible, and I could not be more grateful for everyone who took time out of their day to come see me perform and, you know, spend a couple bucks on doing so as well. It was a turnout that far surpassed my expectations, and just an absolutely beautiful night, so I couldn't be more grateful for that. And last night's show did go well. Still yet to do a show and feel like 100% like, man, that went perfectly exactly how I wanted it to. My voice is back, which is the good news. That's been something I've been struggling with for pretty much the past month. So the voice is back. But when it came back, which was toward the end of last week, I kind of went full-fledged back into content creation and practicing and then performing and all that. So I think what happened last night is just the muscles in my neck and my throat are tired, and so I was really having trouble kind of getting them to relax and open up. So a lot of the higher register stuff that I was trying to sing and do was just kind of squeezing out my vocal cords and just not feeling great. So I ended up having, you know, change some melodies and make it attainable given the state my voice was in. But otherwise, can't really complain. I'm still kind of building back from the sickness that I've had, so got to give myself some grace, and the feedback was overwhelmingly positive, so I'm going to take everyone's word for it as well.
And if you don't know about me yet, well, now the fuck you do. And if you tell me I can't make it, sounds like the problem's you. And if there's never been a question, which one of us is true? Smile and wave goodbye as you fade away. String me up, I'm cutting loose. But yes and yes, I've had this news. Stroking my hopes and dreams to death and saves. And I'm the only one who holds the key to unlock what's in me. So just look, hold on. You thought there's more, Jill, there's more. This song is about how we all have things that, you know, other people might say make us losers. Maybe it's something you enjoy, or maybe it's something you're not good at. We all have those things, but we can still be proud of who we are as human beings. So when we sing this together, I want you to sing it thinking of that thing that you know someone else has put you down for, someone else has called you out for, but you're gonna live as you anyway, all right? So it's a call and response. All you gotta do is repeat after me. I'm a loser. That's it. Here we go. I'm a loser. Loud. Woo! Again. I'm a loser. Do it up. Yeah. Here we go. I was sober, now I'm drunk again. Whoever put a $20 bill in here, that's like 8 stickers. Go take them. I didn't quite know how to tell my family that I was gonna do that. You know, a lot of you in here are parents. Your kid's like, oh, I'm just gonna quit my job and go do music. So I ended up writing a letter to them, and I gave it to them, and they read it, and then we talked. And can we give a round of applause for my parents who are right up front right now? Because their support really means the world. So, yeah. But I don't know if I could ever stay without you all the way. So this next song is a Post Malone song, and if you know, wow, who would have thought Post Malone's more popular than me? That's crazy. You gotta give it all, it's chemical. Said I give it all, it's chemical. I said I give it all, it's chemical. Thank you all. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. I'll come see y'all out there. I love it. It really means the world. Thank you guys.
And then also dropped another cover yesterday, and then today, spending pretty much all day prepping for tonight's gig. Yesterday was at Mr. Goodbar, today is at Days Park Tavern, and just getting all ready for that. Also going to be compiling all these videos that I've been doing into my first official Where's Aklo blog, so got to piece that together. And then tomorrow we have a full day of recording with RJ to keep progress on the album rolling. So a ton going on, and I apologize for, again, not picking up my phone for everything, but a work in progress, and just trying to keep y'all updated. So once again, if you're watching this and you were at the show last night, thank you so much for being there. It was a beautiful, beautiful time, and hopefully I'll see some of y'all again tonight. Let's have a great weekend.